In today's video, I'll be showing you 5 ways to reboot your finances. Yes, 5 simple steps that you can use to create financial peace of mind. Hi, I'm Tokunbo Shumbayo and welcome to my channel. Here I get to share my experiences and insight around wisdom, faith, and money. And I hope that you can find something useful that you can use to guide you in your day-to-day life. If I do share any links in my videos, you will find them all in the description box below. But before we get started, I've got a quick request. Do subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that you will not miss any of the videos I upload. Okay, so let's get straight to the topic today. There are various ways in which you can reboot your finances, and you'll find many of them online. But I've created this video for my audience and newcomers to my channel who would like to learn ways that I would recommend that you reboot your finances. So what 5 ways can you use to reboot your finances? Number 1, know the state of your finances. You need to know what's coming in and what's going out. This is very important if you want to reboot your finances, because if you have no idea how much is coming in and how much is going out, then what is there to reboot? So knowing the state of your finances is the very first step that I would recommend that you take. How much do you really need to live on? Do you know? Because this also is very important when you're reviewing your finances. You need to know how much is coming in, you need to know how much is going out, you need to know how much you are spending right now, and you also need to know how much you really do need. Now, there's a difference between your needs and your wants. Your needs is what you actually do need to live on, whereas your wants are the extra things that you want in life. They're not bad, but when you are rebooting your finances, there's a reason why you're doing so. And so my recommendation is that you really get to the nitty-gritty of how much you need to live on. Number 2, review your current lifestyle. How are you living your life right now? Are you living in a way that you can afford, or are you living beyond your means? That means that you are from month to month stressed out financially. A lot of people are living their lives just to keep up with the Joneses. They look at other people, how they're living their lives, and they try to mirror their own life that way. Are you struggling financially? Because if you're struggling financially, then obviously your current lifestyle is not in balance with your income. This is very, very important if you want to be in control of your finances and actually live in financial peace of mind. Because a lot of people grew up in homes where either they were poor or they were rich. Now, if someone was poor and they are now living a life where they don't want to be poor anymore, the real question is, can you afford to live the lifestyle that you're living now? And if, for example, somebody came from a very rich home, do you still have that wealth, following you? Maybe there's a lot of parents that set up trust funds for their kids and they've run out of money, but they're trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to get people to think that they're still within that, financial bracket when they're not. So it's very, very important that you review your current lifestyle. If your income is not, if your income cannot afford the lifestyle that you're currently living, then you have to sit down and, really tell yourself some home truths, because at the moment you are basically living under financial stress. And one of the reasons why I'm saying that you should reboot your finances is so that you can create financial peace of mind. And I can tell you that financial peace of mind won't come if you're living way beyond your means. So it's so important that you actually review your current lifestyle and make sure that your lifestyle and your income is balanced out. So number 3, create a budget, or what I would also say, a financial flow guide. Everyone needs a budget. Yes, some people would say, I don't like using budgets because it makes me feel like I'm living in poverty. It's all just a state of mind. A budget is a really good tool to use in your finances, because it helps you to see what's coming in and what's going out. So how much you earn, what makes up your income, and how much you spend, where your money is flowing to. And with the budget, you will be able to identify what's necessary, what's not necessary, what is, going up and what's going down. So it's really important that you have a budget, or like I said, you can call it a financial flow guide, a guide that helps you to understand where your money is coming from and where your money is going. Also, the budget will help you stay in control. And so I'm going to be adding a budgeting sheet and in the description box that you can use to create your own budget. And if you do need any help, just reach out to me in the comment section and I can take you through how you can use a budget. Or what I would even do better is to create another video where you can learn how to use your budget. Number 4, create a debt repayment plan and use it. Yes. What's the point of creating a debt repayment plan if you're not going to use it? So the most important part after you've created your plan is to use it. Now, what can a debt repayment plan do for you? Now, a lot of people are in debt, and some would say, my debt is really small and it's not bothering me, which is great. But having no debt is better than having some debt. And for those who are watching this video and you are struggling financially, I would say no matter what is going on, sit down, especially in this time of lockdown. I'm doing this video in lockdown, so even if you're watching it later, it still applies. But even in this time of lockdown, this is a great time to sit down and look at the state of your finances, look at how much you are owing, and then create a debt plan and say, you know what, it's time for me to face my fear. I tell you, a lot of people who are in debt are very, very fearful. You would see people that don't open letters anymore. They don't pick up the phone anymore because debt can be very, very stressful. The Bible did say that the person who owes is a slave to the person who lent them money. And so we don't want to be slaves. It's like being in a cage where you can't get out. So creating a debt plan is a really good way to reboot your finances, because once you are not in debt anymore, you would have spare money that you can use to do other things in life. A debt plan also helps you to know who you owe, how much you owe, and how much you can afford to pay on a monthly basis, because you will use your debt plan in line with your budget. Once you have created your budget, you know how much is coming in, you know how much is going out, and you've created a debt plan around your budget, you'll be able to identify how much you can actually afford to pay each of those that you owe money to. It's very important that you create a debt plan and you also use it. At the end of this video, I'm just going to give you a few tips on what you can do to help you get out of debt. In the tips, I would kind of elaborate on a few more things that you can do to help you repay any debt that you owe. So do stay to the end of the video so that you can get those tips. Number 5, set up a savings pot and start saving. Yes. Now, I might hear you say, I don't even have any spare money to save. I have to tell you that that's not true. Every single person who spends money has the ability to save. You might not save a lot, but you can at least save something. Even if it's a penny a day or a penny a week, even if it's a penny a month. What you are trying to do when you set up a savings pot is to form the habit of savings. So it's not how much you save, it's the habit behind the saving that you first want to develop. So if you form the habit of saving money on a regular basis, the more you earn, the more you would save. So even if you start with the little amounts at the beginning, the more you kind of earn your income, the more your income grows, the more you get to set aside. So it's very, very important that even though you might be in debt, a person might be in debt and say, I don't have any spare money to save. I would just say that when you are in debt, still try and save something, no matter what, because the habit behind the savings is more important than just the savings itself. One of the good things about having a savings pot is that you can also build up an emergency fund for yourself. From time to time, you would see something will hit you that you were not expecting to come. And having that savings pot can be a really good cushion for you to fall on. Because if something comes up like, maybe a washing machine breaks down, then you can find money to repair it or even replace it. So it's very important that you set up a savings plan and you have different areas in which you want to save. The first thing that we do say to anyone who wants to start saving is set up your emergency saving fund. It could be any amount for you. What experts do recommend is that you have 6 months in savings, but I won't say 6 months. I would just say start off with having a week's savings. If you divide what you earn for the year by 52, you will be able to identify how much you can save each week. And if you take 1 week at a time, it will be easier. Remember what I talked about? We want to create financial peace of mind. And that is the most important thing. When a person is stressed out, they can't think really well. So for me, one of the big things about, me telling you to or asking you or recommending that you reboot your finances is so that you can create financial peace of mind. And having a savings pot can do just that for you. Okay, so we have gone through the whole 5 recommendations that I have made to reboot your finances. Just a little bit of a recap. Like I said, number 1, know the state of your finances. Where are you? What's coming in? What's going out? Number 2, review your current lifestyle. How are you living? Can you afford to live the way that you're living? Are you happy the way that you're living financially? If you're not, then it's very important that for you to reboot your finances, you've got to understand your current financial lifestyle. Number 3, create a budget, or what I call a financial flow guide. Because once you have a budget, you can literally see where your money is coming from and you know how much is going out. And with the budget, you can actually make adjustments. Number 4, create a debt repayment plan. You can use your budget to plan your debt repayment. So that way, what you have left over, what I call, I didn't say this before, but I'll say it now, what I call your disposable income. Your disposable income is the difference between your income and your expenses. It's from your disposable income that you can find money to actually pay off your debt. 5th one is set up a savings pot. And like I said earlier, it doesn't matter how much you save. What's most important is that you develop a savings habit. Okay, so those are the 5 areas that I recommend for you to reboot your finances. But remember, I did say that I'm going to give you a few tips around repayment of debt, and I'll do that in just a minute. Now, debt has become a major trap to a lot of people. It puts them in fear and it creates stress for them. It's a horrible place to be. I can tell you that. I've learned that from experience. I'm going to give you 3 really quick things that you can do to deal with your debt fast. One is using the snowball effect. What's the smallest amount that you owe? Maybe it could be to a company, it could be to a person, it could be anything. So that's the first thing that you pay off. You've already allocated an amount that you want to put towards debt on a monthly basis. It's going to be in your budget. So you can put that money towards that amount. Also, one of the things that I would say is make sure that you're paying the minimum payment on all the others and you're paying more on this smallest one. So once you've done that one, then you can jump to the next one and to the next one until you've paid off all your debt. So once again, I said, use the snowball effect. Snowball effect is that you pay off the smallest one first and then you keep on moving until you've cleared all your debt. Second thing, you have to make sure that all your essentials are covered financially. This is important because it helps you to take the stress and the fear out of your life. Once you know that your basic needs are covered, you will be able to confidently attack your debt because you know that, okay, this is how much I've got left over. For example, maybe you go out with friends 3 times a week. You can reduce that to once a week until you've gotten your debt to a level where you are no longer stressed. So make sure that your essentials are covered. The third tip is to separate your mind from your debt. Yes, you do owe money. But I can tell you that if you don't look after your mind and, bring it under your control, debt can consume you. It might seem impossible at the moment, but one of the best things that you can do for yourself is to learn how to create financial peace of mind. That is peace of mind in the midst of all the challenges. Remember the story of Jesus, where Jesus was in the boat sleeping when the storm was raging. Even though the storm was raging, he was able to sleep in peace. Yeah, well, somebody might say, yeah, but that was Jesus. But Jesus said, the things that I've done, you will do even more. It's because you're not relying on yourself to get out of the problem, you're relying on God. My channel is on faith, and one of the things is for you to put your trust in God. Some people would say, yeah, I hope that God can help me clear all my debt at once. Sometimes it will work that way, sometimes it doesn't, because everything that God does is always to make us better people and to live in peace and to live, and to change other people's lives. So sometimes God might help you and clear all your debt at once, and sometimes he won't, especially if he knows that somebody is going to get into debt very quickly once the debt is cleared, because it's all about the training. Remember what I said about the habit of savings? It's the habit of being in control of your money that's more important than you just clearing whatever debt. Because what got you into debt in the first place, or what has created financial hardship in your life in the first place, if it's not dealt with, then it's only a matter of time before it comes back again. So that's very, very important that you understand that. Okay, so those are the 3 tips that I want to give you. I hope this whole video has been helpful. One final thing. Now that I've shown you a number of ways to reboot your finances, now is for you to take 2 action steps. If you would like to learn how to live life on your own terms, then I've got a training package for you. Now, this training package, it's not like every other training package. I have tailored it to meet the needs of my customers or potential customers. That means that if you like doing courses and writing, you have a place. If you like just listening to things and you just want to follow some videos and just watch, then I've got a package for you as well. Whatever way that is your learning style, anything that would make you actually carry out the activities that I'll be sharing with you in the Life on Your Own Terms program, then there's an opportunity for you to do that. Check in the description box below. I've got a link there that you can actually look at. Second thing, action step, is visit my website, tokunbosunbayo.com. I've got a whole lot of stuff there that you can actually use, and you will also see how I offer my other products, and there's stuff that you can read and learn about. So I just want to say a really big thank you for watching my video. I hope this video has been helpful to you. I also hope that you can use it in your day-to-day life, and most especially around your finances. Now, I say it's time for you to reboot your finances. I've given you these 5 ways that you can do it. And the next thing you just have to do is go ahead and start it. From me, I just want to say a really big thank you.